Print-on-demand embroidery is a huge opportunity, doing millions of dollars per month in revenue. And so today I'm gonna walk you through everything you need to know about embroidery print-on-demand, where to find it from which suppliers, whether it's profitable or not, and what's new across the embroidery print-on-demand space. For those of you that are new here, my name is Megan, and in 2023, I launched my own print-on-demand business, grew that to be 6 figures of revenue, and now I make content like this for folks like you that are interested in print-on-demand, completely free of charge. If that's interesting to you, please like and subscribe. I post weekly. First print-on-demand provider that I'm going to talk about today is Gelato. Gelato has manufacturing facilities in a large range of countries, and so if shipping to an international audience is something that you're interested in, Gelato is likely going to be your best bet. They make it really clear on their website which products they recommend for embroidery. And so you can see here that they have the most basic range of embroidered options. They basically offer hoodies, crew necks, and t-shirts, both across men's and women's apparel, and offer a range of different colors. When we look at pricing for embroidery, it is a little bit more expensive, and you can see that when you open up a listing. So I'm gonna open up a listing of the Gildan 1800, which is a very classic bestseller across Etsy right now. And it'll show you that if we're just doing direct-to-garment printing, we can get this product at $15.99 if we don't have any of the additional subscriptions. However, if we want to utilize embroidery, we have to pay a little bit more. And that is because of the effort involved with utilizing embroidery as an application technique instead of direct-to-garment printing. You can also see that that does shrink the amount of colors available on Gelato, but it still gives you a wide range of colors, and typically I'm never offering more than 2 or 3 colors per listing anyways. A couple of things to note about this and Gelato. Anytime you are doing embroidery, not just on Gelato, but with any type of print provider, you have to pay a digitization fee. And that is because when you are utilizing embroidery, it doesn't read the files the same way as printing would. So you have to basically pay an extra fee for every design that you want them to digitize, so that way the embroidery machine can read that file and print that with thread onto your clothing. And so for them, they basically offer 2 different pricings here. There is $3.95 for text pricing, and then it is $6.50 if you utilize an image or a design that has a picture in it whatsoever. So every time you are printing a new design, you have to pay that one-time fee. You only have to pay it once. So let's say I set up a design that is going to be not personalized, and it'll just be the same design each and every time. I only have to pay that digitization fee on the first purchase. However, if I'm only shipping out custom goods, so every single time I ship out a new order, it is a different name, or you're doing customized line work with a pet portrait or something like that, each one of those is going to be different. And so you're going to have to add that into the unit cost to make sure that you are charging a price that includes that fee, since it is customized off every order. The other thing to note about embroidery in general is, for the most part, it does not operate the same way as printing, where I can have a design that has all different colors under the rainbow and that all gets printed onto my t-shirt utilizing ink. It goes off of a mixture of threads. And so as you can see here, it's a bit more prescriptive on which colors you can use. So when you are editing your design file to be added on to the design editor, it's really important to make sure that you are utilizing the specific color codes outlined here and having those be the colors in your design. So that way it all prints the way that you want. You can also see here that Gelato offers a maximum of 6 thread colors per embroidery area. So keep that in mind too, that it's likely not a good idea to have a bunch of different colors into here, because it's probably not gonna print right, and you're gonna run into some issues that you're gonna have to work out with them from a customer service side of things. But still, as you saw on Etsy, a lot of these listings that are doing upwards of $20,000 per month are just having a single color. So it's definitely not a hindrance for strong performance with embroidery, but just something to watch out for. Gelato is a super awesome option if you would like to utilize embroidery. I myself have ordered from them and really liked the quality and was surprised by the quality. So if you're already utilizing them, it's definitely something that I would recommend testing out. Now that we've talked about the fact that it's a little bit more expensive to do embroidery, you have to pay a digitization fee. I wanna call out approximately what it would cost to ship out a product like this. So given the fact that the product is $20.92, if you're not paying for any of the subscriptions, we're gonna have to pay, I'm assuming, a $6.50 digitization fee, because that is something that is needed if you have an image whatsoever, or an image and text. It's gonna cost you $6.50. And they're gonna have an $8.23 shipping cost. That brings our total to ship this out of our cost at $35.63. So obviously we can get that down a little bit if you do have the subscriptions included here, or if you are only doing text, that would reduce your price here as well. But something to note that you will likely be needing to charge something around the lines of $50 to $60 in order to make decent profit margins to make this make sense. Or if you're just shipping out embroidered goods without that customized option, then it's not that much more expensive than shipping out just direct to garment, but definitely something to think about. Now, the other print provider that I'm going to talk about today is perhaps the OG with embroider on demand, and that is Printful. Now, Printful offers such a wide variety of products where you can utilize embroidery and offer that to your customers. As you can see here, they have t-shirts, they have hats, they have beanies, bags, totes, this little crop, so cute. So many options that they now offer here that really leaves you pretty much completely unlimited to what you may want to ship and how you may want to break into a category. I love this sock option. It's something that you can embroider onto. Fitness is really big. Pilates is super big right now. So there's so many great options that you can really offer a luxury or a premium offering that is potentially not being offered right now across the platform. And that's Etsy or that's Shopify or what have you. Now, to go through the same exercise, I'm going to look up that same sweatshirt so we can see how the two differ. Very similarly to Gelato, they make it very clear to kind of see the price differential between direct-to-garment printing and embroidery. As you can see here, it's really only a 49-cent difference if we're going to be doing embroidery versus direct-to-garment printing. So very little change in cost. And they actually offer a wider range of colors. So if offering more color options to your customers is important to you, this is one that you'll definitely look into. One thing to note here is the difference in these two selections. So they offer two different types of embroidery. They offer standard, which is very similar to what we saw on Gelato, and they also offer unlimited color. Now, the difference between the two is exactly what they sound like. For one options, you have the 15-ish different colors that you have to specifically put in those color codes to make sure your designs are matching those. And you can choose those the maximum of those 6 colors. However, they also offer unlimited color embroidery, which means you can print something on embroidery that is basically equal and the same as a digital design. And that does come with an upcharge of $3.50. So something to note here, if you're wanting to offer something different that is probably nowhere else, this is the way to do that. And you're going to have to pay a premium, but should be custom to your own shop and different from other things that we're seeing across the market. And you can see what we mean here. The standard offers a handful of different colors, but unlimited embroidery actually goes across everything of the rainbow. So choose what fits best for your business and consider if it makes sense to offer a little bit of a more premium option. Charge a little bit more, but it's something that folks can't get anywhere else. One other thing to note here is they are still going to have to pay for the digitization fee. They charge a digitization fee of $6.50 per design, which is very similar to Gelato's pricing as well. So very aligned with the amount of colors that are allowed with standard printing and the digitization fee. The real differences lie in the amount of colors you have and the potential to upgrade to unlimited color, as well as having a bit more of a range of product offerings with Printful. When it comes to pricing, you can kind of see here the difference in pricing. I'm just gonna go with the standard so we can compare apples to apples, but the sweatshirt cost is $18.99. We'll end up having to pay a $6.50 digitization fee, and then their shipping starts at $8.49. So the price to ship one of these is $33.98 compared to the $35.65 from Gelato, but they're very similar because on Gelato, if you have the subscription, it actually brings it down a couple. And if you have text, your digitization fee is actually cheaper. So when it comes to pricing, they are very similarly priced, So it really just comes down to how many options you really need to fit best for your shop. So those are the two OGs. The last one that I'll mention is something that is brand new. It's the elephant in the room. Embroidery is so popular. It has so much potential to continue to expand on given all the different product offerings. However, most folks utilize Printify, and it's not something that has been offered on Printify as of now. So if you wanted to do embroidery, you would have to go through Printful or Gelato or some other more small, nuanced print-on-demand providers. However, Printify just launched their first few products as embroidery. What I love about Printify is you can very easily go in and tell what's new on their platform. It's like my favorite thing ever. So if you click into their catalog and you go to embroidery, you will see a few options. And as I mentioned, these are new. You previously could not get embroidery through Printify. So it's exciting to know that this is starting to take place and intriguing to think about what that may mean for the future and everybody that already uses Printify, if those will potentially roll out a little bit more long-term. However, in the meantime, these are the only options that we have right now, and they are all offered by Fulfill Engine if you are located here in the United States. There's also a Canadian provider as well. So keep that in mind. If any of these products are interesting to you, they follow a very similar model where you're going to have to pay a digitization fee, and there are going to be options on what you can include. But I think this is a really exciting update on where the space is going and the accessibility of being able to offer embroidery on demand. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If this was valuable, please like and subscribe, and catch you on the next one.